Only in a sport as unique as vintage racing do the casual racers get the same thrill and excitement as the most serious competitive drivers. But it's about far more than high-speed wheel-to-wheel excitement. It's about the love of old cars. Cars that bring back the nostalgia of a bygone era, of a time when cars had distinct personalities, ordinary people could work on them, and some even race them. Vintage racing is very unique. So many people that love these old cars don't do anything with them. You have to really want to take your nice, expensive old car out on the racetrack and risk it.
Some of these cars out here are worth, $200,000 easily.
It's about seeing the cars, using them the way they were built to race.
There's a huge disparity between the types of people that you get here. Some of them are young, some of them are old.
The older I get, the faster I was.
Some of them have a lot of money, some of them don't.
When you race them, they're like expensive girlfriends. In fact, you have to give up women.
And it's kind of all walks of life and all different types of cars.
This is a 1959 MGA.
1971 Corvette.
74 BMW 2002.
72 911 Porsche.
1971 Lola T212.
1958 CR3.
There's no trophies, there's no cash prizes.
This is really like a social club of people who like old cars.
One of the things that we always say here is that the cars are the stars. There are over 24 regional clubs around the country. However, the Sports Car Vintage Racing Association is the only nationwide group, and they put on 16 races a year in 11 different states. This week, SVRA hosts over 500 race cars from 45 states at the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The 2.5-mile road course features 2 long straights and 14 turns. The amount of work that goes into an event this size is monumental. Over 170 professionals and volunteers are needed to pull it off. The party starts at 5 o'clock, really, when the racing ends.
Probably the most fun about this club is the guys in the club, like the guys back here making faces at me while I'm trying to talk to you.
So we go out and have a great time.
We come in at the end of the day and we park our cars in the pits here, fire up the grills, bring out the beer, get the margarita machines going.
There's a great bunch of people that come out here. That's one of the main reasons is the camaraderie.
See the spare nickel I could get my hands on going and playing race car driver. Fast cars and fast boats and fast airplanes and everything fast is what I've always loved. That's why I do it.
Well, I'm Gene Hassel, and I grew up in Dallas, and I'm 63 years old. I've been practicing dentistry about 30 years. I've practiced by myself in Pflugerville, a little town outside Austin. But here at the office, it's kind of like a man cave. I've got my desk where I can do all my dental and administrative stuff. All my car magazines come to the office, because if they go to the house, they get thrown away. Occasionally, if I find a really cool car part on eBay, it might sit over here on the countertop for a while.
The second featured driver is Jim Cottle. Jim is a firefighter and the oldest of 4 brothers. Incredibly, all 4 brothers are firefighters and vintage racers. Jim is an accomplished mechanic and built his most recent race car, a gorgeous 1969 small block Corvette, about 3 years ago.
Ever since I was a little kid, one of my earliest memories was going to the races with my dad. And there were 2 dragsters doing burnout, and they smoked the tires all the way down the racetrack. And I can remember to this day thinking, oh, I like this. And that's all I've ever wanted to do, truly, ever since.
Today is a busy day. We got one session of practice and then a qualifying session. We have to change some brake pads, we got to mount some tires, we got to change tires on the car. Be a busy day.
When I first started getting interested in vintage racing, it was an opportunity to drive these cars that I had. It's allowed me to build a car that's basically a factory production 1968 Mustang. It's just like what Carroll Shelby had built and raced in the 60s, competing with Corvette, Camaro, and all these guys.
My name's Carroll Shelby, and performance is my business.
Only Mustang makes it happen. These aren't just words, it's a fact.
It's interesting to see how much you can do with an old car like that. We're not in it for the money, but a great weekend is to just get to run every race, run faster than you've run before, maybe beat 1 or 2 of your buddies around some of the turns. And a home run is when you can drive the car into the trailer and take it home unbroken.
That was great. I was psyched. That was a good run. I followed this E-Type Jaguar. We had a great time. I got to go talk to him.
I enjoy building, constructing the car as much as I do driving it. To me, this is like old school racing back when these NASCAR guys were pulling stuff out of their hat to make their cars fast. And it gives me an opportunity to be creative about how to put the car together.
I think that's going to do it.
I think until I got into this racing, I rated my mechanical ability with a car. On a 1 to 10 scale, I'd put me up around an 8 or a 9. I thought I was really smart. 8 or 9, no, we're kind of in the 4 to 5 range. This is kind of average. I wasn't quite as good as I thought I was.
Cars are a beating. I'll tell you, it'll go away in a day or 2.
My driving skill has probably improved 600% since I started, and I'm still about a 4. I'm a much better dentist than I am race car mechanic and race car driver. And I'm never going to quit my day job.
It's amazing how much can go wrong when it comes to racing, especially with cars that are 40 to 50 years old. Only in a sport as unique as vintage racing do the casual racers get the same thrill and excitement as the most serious competitive drivers. But it's about far more than high-speed wheel-to-wheel excitement. It's about the love of old cars. Cars that bring back the nostalgia of a bygone era, of a time when cars had distinct personalities, ordinary people could work on them, and some even race them. Vintage racing truly is fast from the past.